Hey guys, Hotshot here, and I kind of wanted to discuss today, like, pretty much my overall plans for the future. I know recently I uploaded a video about, like, my thoughts on Evil Ash and all that, even for Evil Dead. And obviously, I know you can see in the background I'm playing Dead by Daylight, obviously. The reason why is because I kind of wanted some more variety, and the more variety I play games, the more I just don't want to burn myself out of playing, certain games that I enjoy, like Evil Dead, for instance. So, what I wanted to come on here to say was pretty much, I think I might take, like, a little break from uploading Evil Dead, because, like, for one, there's really nothing to, like, upload that's very new. And, I mean, I don't know if you guys would want to see more Necromancer content, from builds and all that. Because, like, I don't know, even with the build videos that I do upload, like, I just don't think that's, like, good content in a sense. Like, oh, hey, this is a counter build to this character. Oh, here's a fun build for this character. I don't know, I feel like it's just like I'm stuck, like, trying to make content for that game, because they haven't uploaded anything new since Ball and Brock came out. Like, we got, like, one patch, and, like, that was when Ball got his bug fixes, and Brock got a nerf, and apparently Brock has not played as much, even though I think he's still decent in a way. I kind of just have a way of thinking, like, what Evil Dead could have done better. For instance, like, they could have had a marketplace, they could have, talked to the community more. It's just, like, in that sense of being stuck, like, what to upload on the game, and I don't know what Evil Dead as a whole is doing with that sense of mind, because they pretty much just don't say anything. Like, Saber doesn't come out with anything new. They did say, like, in that dev interview that, we're gonna get, some quality of life changes that they're going to do. They're taking a break from adding content, which is a bit bizarre. Like, yeah, that's cool, you want to focus on quality of life and all that, but shouldn't you still at least, I don't know, give more, like, XP events or something, something to spike the game up a little bit, because, like, they could have changed the lobby background for the DLCs. They could have, done way more than that, but like I say, they didn't do any of that, so that's kind of a rough scenario. I don't know, I just felt like I was getting stuck from just playing the game as much. Like, I still play it off camera to just kind of chill. And pretty much, like, from the standpoint of me enjoying it, I don't know, it was like a rough scenario in a way. And I don't know, like, Evil Dead has been, like, one of my main games that I've been, like, kind of on about from day one. Like, I've been hyping myself up for the game, I've been trying to hype up people for the game, like, me and my friend Pixels, who've been playing this game for such a long time, like, we've been trying to hype up the game for a lot of people, and, like, I try to make videos about it, like, all the time. Like, my first video I did make on it was, like, I can't even remember, I think it was an Army of Darkness Ash video that I made, and it was Henry, and then I tried to continue my channel from there. I did shorts for a little while, then I actually wanted to make content for the videos and stuff, and at one point I was lacking motivation because of work and all that, and then life happened, and then stuff downgraded, and I couldn't do as much, and then I tried to get back into it because I needed to step up and try to do that and for the videos I wanted to make, and I did okay for the most part. That Ball video I did for my best build for the elites and all that, the fun games we had and all that, because, like, Ball really changed the game for me in a sense, and I think he definitely changed the entire meta for for a lot of people, because, for instance, like, Henrietta and, like, Evil Ash, for instance, like, for the longest they've been in the game for, like, they were strong at launch, and then they just kept getting nerfed every patch, basically. Like, the basic possession on Henrietta got nerfed, and they nerfed the early rush for all the demons, and I think besides Elagos, since he's, like, he's the master of possession, so they kind of nerfed him a little bit too. And in that sense, like, Henrietta mostly and Evil Ash just kept getting nerfed, and Puppeteer got a buff at one point, and for a while, pretty much every other patch, like Henrietta or mostly Evil Ash, mostly. He just kept getting nerfed like every other patch, and he just became not a really popular demon anymore, because you see Ball or Plaguebringer or Elagos mostly in all the games. Like, obviously Necromancer's not that bad, but he really lacks a lot in terms of just trying to be, he's super slow and clunky. His elite units are just terrible in my opinion. Being really, really, really slow and just trying to basically hit somebody, because they're not really that quick. And his basic units are pretty decent because they have shields and it'll take a while for them to get downed. But like for the other demons, like Warlord, like she's really slow. Her basic units aren't that great, and her elite units are also slow with their attacks. I know they buffed the elite attack speed, but I still feel like it's still pretty slow for them to counter, or pretty easy to hit. There's still a lot of problems in Evil Dead, I feel. Like Elagos, for instance, is still one of my hated demons to go against, because all Elagos players like to do is just power possess, and it's just a pain in the ass to see how these characters and pretty much do more than the fucking boss unit. Like, if I played Elagos right now and I power possess somebody, pretty much I power possess, and then like one heavy, like I think 4 heavies on an elite unit just like down the survivor's health in just a couple seconds. So that's why I don't like Elagos. I think he's just stupid in that sense, because I still think like the boss units need to be stronger than the basic units, because it doesn't make any sense why Elagos is power possessed as more than a boss unit. That's why I hate him, not because like, oh, survivors can counter him easily, but just how, like, I feel that the boss units need to be stronger. Plaguebringer, like, the only 2 things I didn't like about her was just like her movement speed being like really quick, and then her knockback with her basic attacks. Obviously they nerfed the speed on her in a recent patch, and obviously I was like, yeah, it was annoying, but I was starting to get used to it, and I was trying to adapt to it, but then they nerfed her, so I was like, okay, I guess this is what they wanted to nerf. And obviously for a while I was like, ugh, this is just another annoying demon to go against. But for Ball, the problem I had with Ball was it was his fear looping that was a pain in the ass, because he just kept getting fear looped over and over, and they kind of patched it where, in a sense, but there's still like I don't know if it's intended or not, where you have to like throw them, like as soon as you unpossess, you throw them into the trap, and then they can get hit by it. So I think that's not intended, and I think that's an exploit. I don't know if that's intended or not, and I think that should be in the next bug fix patch whenever they do it, because they did announce more patches are coming, but they don't have no shared dates yet. So in terms of that, that's for the demons. Like, and for the survivors, there's Ruby that's really still strong. There's Army of Darkness Ash, there's Hunter Ash. They're both all strong. Henry's still decent. Mia's probably like the worst. I still think Scotty's better than Henry in a sense, because he has the Lumberjack Axe mastery, and the Lumberjack Axe is like the best weapon in the game by any means. For the most part of playing the game, like in terms of content, like we haven't gotten anything since Ball and Brock. Brock was still a fun character to play, in terms of just his kit. He buffs all the Ash William family members, if you have an Ash squad on the team, obviously. Since like we haven't gotten anything, I'm worried about this game's future. We had that announcement from Embracer Group that they're rebranding or something like that, with or they're losing money or something like that. I forget the whole title of it. And Embracer Group owns Saber, so I'm hoping that they don't shut down the servers for this game. I think for a minute, it's been a rough ride for Evil Dead, being only out for like a year, and they seem to be struggling pretty much on just making content. And even though they could add more, it sucks, because I've loved this game since launch, and I've been trying to look at more variety games I could play. Obviously, like, there's Dead by Daylight. Obviously, I know a lot of people may not like Dead by Daylight, but it's a variety game. I just want to look at some other options to play. Like, I definitely am interested in Diablo 4 or Spider-Man. That's coming out in September this year, so we'll see, but I'll never know. But pretty much to wrap it up, I'm not done with Evil Dead. I just think for content wise, I'm probably going to take a break from it and probably upload some other games to play, like Smite or something else, but we'll see. Without that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is GroovyHotshot, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, stay groovy.